Hey, what's going on, guys? DJS here. Wanted to bring you guys a video today on my favorite double up so far in my collection, probably ever, would be these Dornbecker 5s. I ended up really lucking out and getting a second pair of these. If you guys didn't know how, I wrote an article on collectivekicks.com kind of expressing how I was able to get it. It just was random craziness. So shout out to the J23 app again for mentioning it on Twitter, because I followed his link. I basically clicked his link. He said there was a restock of the DB5s. This was weeks ago. And it actually ended up happening, and it ended up working, and I couldn't believe it. It happened before Nike Store sent out a link or anything like that. So really, you guys are probably like, it's really shady or whatever how it ended up happening. It is kind of weird. I wouldn't say shady, though. I mean, it was literally the same link that they sent out from the DB5 launch the first time, like that happened 2 weeks ago. So when they hit you at 5 a.m. or my time or 8 a.m. your time saying, hey, the shoes are available, that was the link. It was the same exact link. And for some reason, it ended up still working like 2 weeks later because they were going to restock it, and then it ended up having it available. Now, I think they've remedied this since then, so if you're going to try to save all the links or whatever, it might not work, because the Bel Air 5, it looked like they were going to do a restock yesterday or something, and if you go back to the original Bel Air 5 link, it actually, if you click it, it doesn't take you to an undeveloped page. It takes you to a women's Nike free pair of shoes or something, which is totally funny. So they totally they know that that's a problem. So it was just dumb luck that I was able to get it. And I wasn't trying to be shady. The guy said it was they were available. I clicked the link and it worked, and I was just like, this is crazy. So that's how I got the double up of these. It's quite an honor to actually have a second pair. I've worn these 4 times already, and I don't know if you can see, but like right around the toe box area, right down here and stuff is creased a little bit on those ones, and a little bit more on these ones right here. Actually, there's some creasing, but that's that's the thing. I mean, the material, I was curious if it was going to crease, and actually right here there's actually a nick in the shoe as well. But I was wearing these out in the rain. I wore these once to a DJ gig that I had at Nike that I mentioned previously, and I also wore those at the Dornbecker 10 event. And covering the Dornbecker 10 event real quick, this was the booklets that they gave out for the Dornbecker 10 event, and it shows basically all of the kids that designed the sneakers, and it was a cool event. I recapped it a bunch already. There's Elijah Diggins, and you can see his awesome foam posit right there that we all cannot wait to see. Very high quality book. I'll show you one more thing real quick. I'll show you. I know you guys want to see our buddy Daniel Pena, and you can see his Jordan 10 right there. That another one that just crazy killed it. So dope, dudes. Cannot wait till those drop. But for these books, I grabbed 2 extra ones, and I did a different video saying, hey, I grabbed some extra of these Dornbecker books. If you guys want them, leave a comment. And I chose 2 random winners today and hit them up on Twitter. So those winners have been notified on Twitter and I'm sorry, on YouTube, not Twitter. And so those have been claimed. But it was really cool to be able to go to this event. I'm sorry about the long sidebar, but wanted to share something else related to that event. I actually met Isaac's parents at this event. Isaac's the one that designed the shoe, and it was crazy to actually meet his family. And the way it ended up going down is, like, I'm actually there with G-Rock from the shoe game. I met him for the first time. He was at this event as well. He was wearing the Dornbecker 5s with black laces. I was there wearing the white laces. And the dad came up and said, hey, excuse me, I noticed you guys have those Dornbeckers on. He said, what? Just curious how you got them. And I was mentioned I actually lucked out and got mine from the RSVP, and then he said, well, I was just curious. He's like, it's really cool. My son is the one that designed those. And I was like, dang, like, this is crazy. I'm like, you're Isaac's family, and it was cool. We got to chop it up for like 15 minutes or so. The mom said that they did something special or different with the glowing material on these than they haven't done with other shoes, and I actually believe it, because here's a little pen that they gave you, or it's a little like light or black light or laser pointer pen on a little key thing. And if you shine the black light on, like you can see right here, like if I go like that, you can see the glow. Like, it's so bright. If I stand outside for like 5 seconds and then hold them up in the air like this and then walk back inside, the whole entire sole glows. And in fact, you can see those pictures on my Instagram if you don't follow me at HessKicks. And it's like super duper bright. There's no filter on the pictures. I literally just went outside, held them up to the air, walked inside, and took the picture. And that was just that. They're that bright. So it's really cool, the glow-in-the-dark material. Also, there's a whole bunch of glow-in-the-dark parts like the eyelets right there glow in the dark, the lace lock glows in the dark. I mean, you can hold this up, the mesh, and even the inside unit in there glows in the dark. So it's kind of cool that you can just tell with this. As silly as this is, it's actually a pretty cool little device that they ended up throwing in the package. So anyway, it was really, really neat to meet his family and talk to his mom and his dad. The saddest thing I think that I took away from the meeting was the poem that is written all over the upper of the shoe, which on my previous video, if you didn't see, I did a video of the entire like detailed review of the shoe. Check the playlist in the description if you guys want to see that. Or not the playlist, the video in the description. But this is all a poem that he actually wrote. And I read the poem in the previous video. I'm not going to read it again. It's really sad, though. He talks about how he would die for his sports, he would die for his family, he would die for his team and whatever else. And I talked to the mom about the poem, and she said he actually wrote that poem the day before he passed away, which is just so tragic and so sad to hear about. And yeah, I don't know. It was definitely a moment that I'll always remember, and that's why this is like a special pair that I was able to get a second pair of. The other thing is, you know, a lot of times we have this mentality of like, you know what, and it seems to almost be bandwagonish mentality, which is not necessarily a bad thing, but people were like, oh, if you resell DVs for $1,000, you're a D-bag or whatever if you don't give money to the charity. And there's like lots of you know, it's a tough subject because they're sneakers and the kids designed them. If you paid your $180, that $180 went to the hospital. They made their money. In fact, I did an article from the Dornbecker X event that I went to, and they raised $1.8 million this year from the event. $640,000 the night I was at the event through charities. They auctioned off, silent auction, a couple of pairs of these. They auctioned off a pair of all of the new Dornbecker freestyles coming up collection that dropped November 9th. And then they made $1.2 million from the sales of the Dornbecker shoes from last year. So the fact that Nike is donating some money to the charity, and I think that's great. Does that mean that you have to donate your money when you have a sneaker and you have a Dornbecker shoe? And like, it's a touchy subject. And I personally, I'm not one that would sell my Dornbeckers. It's just not something I'm interested in doing. I like the fact that I have two pairs, and I have worn these again like 3 times, and these ones are going to stay on ice for definitely a long time. But the thing that my point coming to is this, like, Dornbecker makes a lot of money. Dornbecker is a children's hospital that is very well established, has very, very big corporations funding their things, such as Nike, giving them $1.8 million for just 1 year. The thing that I have to think about now in meeting Isaac's family is they're the ones that have lost something. They're the ones that lost their child, and then they're kind of stuck in this situation where not only they do not have a child, they probably have ridiculous medical bills from Dornbecker or from other places that they probably have to pay for many, many years to come. So, I mean, if I ever decided to sell these shoes, it would be like a charity auction, but not for Dornbecker. It would be directly to the family. And I know not everybody is going to be able to do something like that. I think I know enough people internal that I would be able to contact the family and reach them if need be, to be able to donate to them directly. But I'm not saying that that's going to happen necessarily in this case, because I really don't want to sell the second pair. But I guess it's just another option for you guys out there. There's like big charity, corporate America charities that it's great to donate to, and it's great that they have funding. It cost me $150 to go to that Dornbecker event where I met the family, and it's a charitable contribution, but still was $150 out of pocket. And I didn't eat any appetizers. I had one beer the whole entire night. But yeah, so I just think about that. I'm like thinking, like, you know what? It would be crazy to be able to donate the money directly to the family, because they're the ones that actually need it. It's similar to the situation where my friend had, if you guys don't remember, like a year and a half ago on my channel, I donated 4 pairs of my sneakers. I donated my Bread 11s before they released again from the Countdown pack, a pair of Taxi 12s, Cement 4s, and Concord 11s. I donated all 4 pairs. I sold them on eBay for charity, and I gave my friend all of the money. He had meningitis and ended up losing his hands, his arms and his legs both to meningitis. And it was just a really tragic situation, and I felt compelled to donate directly to him, and that's what I ended up doing. That's the same sort of thing I guess I would consider with these. I know this is kind of long-winded now. It's just kind It's not as exciting and fun because it's not all about the hype sneakers or anything like that. But there's hidden messages behind things, and sneakers are one thing that you can use to better yourself as a person in some ways, and I think it's just something to consider. But anyway, long enough. I don't want to keep rambling on. I'm very, very fortunate to have a second pair, and very, very thankful and grateful. And I guess I'll leave it at that. Thanks for watching. Have a good rest of the day, and we'll check you guys back for some other videos later in the week. All right, peace.